when Srila Prabhupada was in Vrindavan performing his Leela of passing away from this earthly plane. His body had become emaciated. Oftentimes he was unable to eat anything. He was mainly laying in his bed in Sri Krishna Balaram temple, Ramanreti of Vrindavan. But Prabhupada said, what sustains my life is the medicine of kirtan. And one of the greatest forms of kirtan is spreading the mission of Lord Caitanya all over the world. And Prabhupada's favorite medicine was receiving the letters sent by Ghyanashyam Prabhu. Tamal Krsna Goswami Maharaj was Prabhupada's personal servant at that time. And he personally told me this, that the highlight always of the day was whenever a letter from Ghyanashyam Prabhu came. Because Bhakti Charu Maharaj, the servant, and Tamal Krsna Goswami Maharaj, the secretary, they knew how much joy and enthusiasm Prabhupada experienced when he received Ghyanashyam Prabhu's reports. They were reports of the greatest mystery and adventure and total surrender against all odds and miracles just manifesting one after another. And Srila Prabhupada, one day he just shook his head and smiled. This is in his last months in Vrindavan. And he just remarked, how much potency this boy has. He's practically preaching in the jungle of Eastern Europe. He's black, a different color than all of them. He doesn't speak the language at all, and yet he's selling hundreds of complete sets, standing orders of my books. Prabhupada said, this is amazing. Prabhupada would have Ghyanashyam Prabhu's letters read over and over again to him. And whenever distinguished godbrothers or Vrindavan guests or Delhi guests would come, he would often have Tamal Krsna Goswami read to them Ghyanashyam Prabhu's reports. Srila Prabhupada was so proud of his loving disciple. Srila Prabhupada's causeless mercy, he reciprocated so lovingly with his devotees. Because his disciples all over the world were giving up so much and surrendering their lives to help him. And he wanted to reciprocate with their love. Here he was, emaciated. There was nothing but a thin layer of skin covering his bones. His doctor said, if you travel, you die. But Prabhupada decided, I will go to London, and then I will go to America to inspire the devotees. He couldn't give lectures, but he just wanted to go there, just to show how grateful he was for what they were doing. He wanted to be with them, just to show his love for them. That was Srila Prabhupada. They had to carry him, lay him in a car, carry him, lay him on a seat of an airplane, carry him on a wheelchair through immigrations and customs, carry him to his room at Bhakti Vedanta Manor. At that time, devotees from all over the European continent were coming to see Srila Prabhupada. It was a grand festival. But when they saw his physical conditions, their hearts were broken. But at the same time, they were in such ecstatic joy. Prabhupada's love for them was the love of the spiritual world. It was absolutely unconditional. It was Krishna's love. Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj told me that when he got the news that Prabhupada was coming to the Bhakti Vedanta Manor in London, he was in Eastern Europe, and he drove practically non-stop with Krsnakshetra Prabhu and Bhakta Doyal Prabhu. They drove all the way to London. And when Tamal Krsna Goswami Maharaj found out that Ghyanashyam Prabhu was there, he was rejoicing. This will make Prabhupada so happy. Because there was no greater happiness to the devotees than Srila Prabhupada's happiness. Whatever would make Prabhupada happy was the life and soul of every devotee. So Prabhupada's personal entourage, they understood what could make Prabhupada happier than seeing Ghyanashyam Prabhu. His reports were the happiest, brightest moments. So Tamal Krsna Goswami personally went down and brought Ghyanashyam Prabhu by the hand into Srila Prabhupada's quarters. He offered his prostrated obeisances to his Guru Maharaj. Srila Prabhupada smiled ear to ear with tears in his eyes to see his beloved Ghyanashyam. He said, "Come here, come here." He came right up to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada embraced him with tears of love and gratitude. And then he rubbed Ghyanashyam Prabhu's head and said, "Your life is successful. Thank you very much." Prabhupada said this with tears of gratitude in his eyes. And then Prabhupada expressed from his heart, he said, "This is the parampara system," as he rubbed Ghyanashyam Prabhu's head with deep affection. This is the parampara system. My Guru Maharaj pushed me, and now I am pushing you, and you are pushing others to spread the mission of Lord Caitanya Mahaprabhu. This was a type of mercy that was very, very rare. For Prabhupada to be crying and embracing and rubbing the head of a disciple was something very special.
You were listening to Radhanath Swami on devotionalnectar.com.